Yesterday, nothing went right. It was a Tuesday. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and it just seemed like from the moment I got out of the house, it was like one thing after another. Do you have one of those days? And I was even more frustrated because I wanted yesterday to be really productive. And, I looked at like where I was in my cycle and I saw, okay, like getting my period soon. And everyone tells us that, the week before your period, your energy's low. And it just seemed like all these stories I was telling myself and things floating in my head of just why this wasn't going to be a good day. But I did something that turned it all around, and I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys today, or maybe you'd find it helpful because it was such a clear shift in my energy and my attitude after I did this one thing. So, anyhow, got out of the house, dropped the kids off at school, was just not feeling it. But when I came home, I took my kids, from IKEA, this like little whiteboard we have in the playroom, and I stuck it right next to my computer. And I took the dry erase marker and I mapped out my schedule for the day. When I had my meetings, the things I had to accomplish, some things like just that were floating around in my head, little future tasks, just kind of like put it all out there and step back and kind of looked at where I had to be. The shift didn't happen just then, right? But I had kind of everything out of my head and I can see it in clear view. And I went about my day. But little by little, like as I was kind of going through my schedule, like having those meetings, knocking things off my task list, my energy completely shifted. It was like night and day. And by the end of the day, I was thinking like what a great day it was, which was crazy because of the way that the day started. And so for me, I realized like how powerful it was to unload my mind. Now, this is like a practice that a lot of people do around goal setting time. When I'm like teaching goal planning, I love this idea of just like throwing up all of the ideas in your head and sort of organizing them. But I had never really thought about doing it on a day-to-day basis. And if you're like me, there's like so many things swirling around my head across so many different like topics, right? Home, work, personal life, health, whatever. And so just that simple act, it took like no more than like 30 seconds of just getting it all out of my head and onto the whiteboard where I can see it like clearly. And I guess you can probably do this on a piece of paper as well. But I just found like this sense of relief, right? Sometimes we just need to like get it all out. Get it all out on paper. Just don't have that constant like swirling of dozens of tasks and ideas or things you need to remember to do. Just like unburden yourself by getting it out on paper or on a whiteboard or whatever. So now we're in holiday season. It's December. If you're kind of connecting with anything I'm saying, I invite you to give this a try. If you ever have those moments where you just feel like there's just too much, just get it out. Get it out on paper or whiteboard where you can see it, and then move on with your day and see if you start to feel any different. See if that starts to create a shift.